Welcome to Papa Junk Shop. Well, Santa Claus brought me a new camera, so we're going to give it a try. It comes with a microphone. It's a DJI Pocket 3, so I'm going to give it a try. I don't know, it's pretty fancy for an old guy like me, so I was looking on eBay, which I shouldn't have been, and looked like a pretty good deal on some 165 amp 12 volt batteries. So I had just bought a couple of 100 amp red Odoo for the camper, so that would have given me 200 amps at 12 volts. Well, two of these would, you know, give me what, 300 and something. So I thought, I'm gonna give these a shot, and I'll use my other ones, so I'll get a couple more of those and put 4 of them together for my 48 volt system. So these aren't one that were sent to me for review or anything. I bought these with my money, so they're not freebies, but let's take a look. It's supposed to have Bluetooth too, and cold temperature, charge protection. So we got a little information sheet, specification chart, guidelines in several languages. Looks like a pretty good little book. I'll have to take a look at it, but looks like they have some useful information. And this is a user's manual for the app. Okay. Couple terminal bolts and covers. And this come in the mail. And of course we got a big old poke hole there, so this is a metal case battery, so some of that really tough foam packing. I got a retractable handle here. I think I'm going to have to set it on the floor to get it out of there though, so there we go. Well, there isn't any damage. There's the terminals. That must be a vent. Doesn't open or anything. Okay. So the stickers are not sticking well. Alright, so let's see what voltage is that they were shipped with. Let's see, this new camera, I better check, make sure I'm still in frame. See if we can zoom in a little bit. Okay. And I got 2 of these, so we'll just go through one. 13.18. Seems good. So let me go get a scale. We'll see how heavy it is. Okay, according to my antique scale, Looks like 42.5. They look on this chart. Let's see, model capacity, voltage, operation voltage, standard charge discharge is 83 amps. Maximum continuous charge discharge is 120. Peak current is 130 for 10 seconds. So we'll have to try all this stuff. You can have 4P4S, charge voltage 14.6. Dimensions are 12.3 by 7.9 by 11.2. This is 42.3 pounds, so the old antique scale ain't off by much. Charge is 0 to 55, discharge is -20 to 55. That's centigrade. Terminals are M8 in metal case. So I'm gonna get her charged up. We'll do some playing here. Yeah, I got the charger thrown on it, charging what, 29.3 amps. That's the biggest lithium charger I got, 30 amps. So, you know, we're going to have to look inside. We've got screws here. Terminals are down here. So, I don't know any reason why we can't take the top off while we're charging. Just to have a look. So, let's do that. Wow. Damn. I didn't want them to come out. Looks like put Loctite on them or something. Try this one again. No, you guys don't want to watch me take out, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 screws, so when I get them out, I'll be back. Screws are all out. Let's see what we got. Huh. Well, looking pretty nice. Got bolted on connectors on the BMS. Got dual wires here with a high temperature protection on it. See, I don't know much about these things as far as what kind of a BMS is. It says 120 amp on it. We got one marked here SW. So I would guess that probably that's a high temperature switch. And then it's got an NTC marked here. Assume that's for negative temperature coefficient sensor. And of course your balance leads are all over here. We got, I don't know, do you guys see that? Let me take this off the tripod here. I don't want to disturb too much. But we got we got red on here, and it's for the negative. I guess it doesn't really matter, but it'd be kind of confusing. Looks like the balance leads are screwed on too. And we got laser welded bus bars. I'm not going to tear stuff all off. Same over here. I don't know where the little Bluetooth thingy is. I don't see it. Oh, I do see a blue light. You can see the shadow of it blinking, so it must be built right in the BMS. The BMS is attached to this. Ooh, that's not just one of them flimsy things either. That's pretty thick. Must be about 1/8 of an inch. So, okay, I'm going to do a little more looking, and if I see anything that's interesting, I'll clue you guys in. Okay, you guys knew I couldn't stand it. I looked at it, and it looked really easy. There wasn't any glue or anything on these connections. They all unplugged nice. Everything was nice and tight, and as you can see, this board is probably at least an 1/8 inch thick, and the BMS is attached to it, so that's nice. It's not just taped down or something. And looking in here, you can see it's held in place with metal brackets. And we got our negative temperature coefficient one here, and here's the high temperature. There's QR codes there. I don't know. I'm not into looking at them, but I don't know. Doesn't seem to want to focus on it very well. But they're all intact and everything, so I think it's looking pretty nice. So I'm going to get it back together, finish charging it, and we'll do some discharge tests. Got it reassembled, got the charger back on it. Tried using their app, and I can't seem to get it to work, but I didn't look at the book yet, you know, just trying it by the seat of my pants. So I tried my my other app here, and it showed up all right. So we're charging 28.34 amps, and you can see the cell voltages here. There's quite a difference. It says it's balancing. You can see manufacturer must be a JBD BMS, firmware version 6.6. Manufacture date Thursday, October 24th of 2024. So it's not old stuff, that's for sure. BMS over voltage times 1, BMS under voltage times 1. I wonder if that was to test it. Single cell under voltage times 2. Single cell over voltage times 1. So temperature sensor 1 is 12.2. So minimum cell, maximum. So let her charging, and I'm gonna dig into that app a little better. I don't want to see what their app looks like. Got it all charged. I got it hooked up on my little 12-volt system. That's what I'm going to use to do the capacity test. I did get the app to work finally. The phone that I was using didn't like it. So this is what the app looks like. And you've got, let's see, I'm going to have to, if I hit the data, your voltage, current, total power, state of charge, standby, and you can get cell voltages individual. That's about it. Now, when I had the Overkill app on, I went in and checked the settings, and I don't know why they have the low temperature protection set for -7 Celsius. So I changed that to 0. That was the only change I made. And another thing that I noticed when I was putting it back together, I did look at those wires, and they're a pair of number 7s, the nice silicone wire. So I forgot to mention that before. So I've got this set to 170 ampere hours. It's a 165 ampere hour battery. So when we get done, we should still show 5 ampere hours. So I'm going to turn the inverter on up here, and we should start to see another. I have another charger on my 48 volt system that I'm going to, rather than waste it, I'm taking the energy out of here and putting it in my 48 volt system. So we're down about 45 amps according to this. Let's see what the app says. Yep, 45.7. 602 watts. So they're pretty close. So let's see, the time is about 4:30 approximately. So I'm going to let her go, see what we get capacity wise. I'll probably wait quite a while before I even check, so I'll keep you informed though. Okay, so we're what? A little over 5 hours into the test. We're down to 12%. Still discharging at 45 amps, 555 watts. We got 19 ampere hours left. It says 26 minutes. And individual cells are pretty close. So we set this for what, 5 more? So our percentage says 14%. That says 12. .5 ampere hours left, but we put 5 extra on the meter. So that'd be 19. That's what it says down there too. So pretty close. Shouldn't be too long. We'll know. Now it looks like the test is over. It didn't last as long as the thing said. It was about 15 minutes. I come out to check it, and the inverter was beeping, and it says on the app, it says 0 ampere hours left. Total battery capacity 165. Let's say cell voltage. Let's look at those. 2.81, 2.81, 2.82, and 2.85, I think. And let's see, it says 5.5. So we set it for 5 extra. So I'd say it passed its capacity test, you know, for the first time out. It made its 165 units, so I'm not sure what the temperature is going to be out tonight, if it's going to be below freezing or not. We got a little warm spell here for a change, so I think I'm going to set it out where it's cold and hope it gets down to freezing, and we'll see if it'll charge in the morning. Well, as usual, Mother Nature didn't cooperate. Only got down in the mid-30s last night. So I put it in the freezer. I think the battery was at like 40 degrees or something when I put it in there. We'll take a look and see where it's at now, and I'll try to get the camera set up so you can see. Got a little charger on it, so we should be able to see when it goes off. Okay, so I had to use the Overkill Solar app because the other one just says temperature normal. It doesn't tell you the actual temperature. So right here is where the temperature is shown. We're down to 0.8. I got it set for 0. And you can see what we're charging was 57 watts, somewhere around there. So actually, I guess you can't see that. This new camera I'm not quite comfortable with yet. There, now you can see right up here is the charging. Okay, just went to 0. We're still charging. Apparently we gotta go below 0. I probably should go in there and reset that for like 1 degree, just to be safe. That's a long time to do 1/10 of a degree, huh? Okay, there we go. We're 1/10 below, and it's still charging. That makes me not happy. So I guess Now, we're not charging much, so I don't think we're damaging anything, so we'll let it go for a little bit, just for the fun of it, and see. In the meantime, we'll try to see, make sure that our settings are still good. Okay. Charge under temperature, got it set for 0, and release it. Oh, why that says -2. Something's not right there, is it? I'll change that to just 2. Says it's writing to the BMS, but I don't know why it's taking so long. Normally doesn't take that long. Maybe because our signal isn't great because it's in this metal freezer. Okay, well, I'm going to shut you guys down, see if I can figure out what's going on. I'll let you know. Got it back out of the freezer, and I discovered what was going on. The Overkill app, I've only used it a few times, so it wasn't making a change because I didn't select the, I guess you call it a button, to tell it to go ahead and write it to the BMS. So once I did that, changed that from that -2, it shut right off. So I've taken it out, and we're going to warm it back up. So we'll see when it gets to 2 degrees if it comes back on. And right now it's at what, 0.8. So when it gets close, I'll bring you guys back. So it was my bad in that setting. I hadn't noticed that it was a -2. I thought it was a +2. So I don't know why. You know, they tell you you got cold temperature charge protection when the settings aren't right. It just doesn't make any sense. Somebody's missing something someplace. So I'll bring you back when it gets close to 2 degrees. Okay, got you set up so you can see when it's going to come back on. We're at 1.8. This is all a learning curve for me. Okay, we just went to 2. And it didn't start. I wonder why. I don't think I need to do this, do I? It's hard to do here with a confined area. Yeah. Oh, now my fan is making noise on the charger. Great. Let's get that out. Oh, someplace where it's not so noisy. Alright. So, I don't know if that was my bad, having that off. Like I say, it's a learning curve. So, I'm going to have to play with this some more, and I'll let you guys know how it turns out. It probably won't be right away, but I guess seeing pretty much what this battery can do, and for the price I think it's pretty decent. What would I change? I would change them temperature settings, that's for sure, unless I'm missing something. No, are they making the cells different now so that they can actually go to -7 Celsius and still be safe and come back on at 20? I haven't heard anything about it, but you know, that don't mean anything. So if you guys know something I don't, let me know. And two other things that I would change is I would make an antenna on that BMS that come out. They got that little vent over there on the end. We could maybe incorporate a little antenna on that too. And it would be nice if it had some kind of mounting feet on it. They wouldn't actually have to be part of the case, but maybe some way that you could attach them. Maybe like a threaded area or something, or you could include a foot to fasten it down if you wanted to. You know, the plastic case ones don't have that either, or most of them don't, I should say. But with these metal case ones, that would be nice. So I think I'll call this a video. Hopefully it wasn't too long and drug out, but I'm on a learning curve. Maybe some of you guys are too, and I'm sure there's some of you that are much more knowledgeable. And don't be afraid to share that knowledge with me, because I like to learn. So if I'm doing something wrong, let me know. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. We'll see you next time. And I'm going to incorporate these 2 batteries with 2 other batteries, and they're different capacities, and I'm going to put them in a 48 volt configuration and just see how they play together, just for fun. So keep watching for that.